welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you haven't seen my videos before. My name is Samaya Garza and today I'm going to be doing a dewy summer glow makeup tutorial. The last video that I made was a more like step-to-step tutorial on doing my makeup, and I got comments on my last video saying to do a story time. I'm going to do a story time while I'm doing my makeup, and then you guys can tell me which video you liked more. I put too much moisturizer on. I'm going to be talking about my racist driving examiner. And this was just my experience with them. Again, like if other people know this driving school or this testing place and they really like them and you know they've had a different experience than me, then by all means that's your opinion and your experience. But I'm going to be sharing what the exact story of what happened when I was taking my driving test. Okay, so I'm 19 years old. I did not grow up in the US for the most part. I lived overseas, and to get my license here you had to be 18 years old, and I went to the States for school when I was 17, so I like didn't get my license. So I finally decided, I was like, you know what, like I need to stop Ubering everywhere and actually get my life together. So I took classes for a month. My driving instructor and my driving examiner are two different people. To let you guys know a little bit of background about me, I'm half Lebanese and half Mexican American. So my mom's Lebanese, I speak Arabic, my dad's Mexican American, and I speak Spanish obviously. But my driving instructor, like the lady who taught me for a month, she was also Lebanese. So her Arabic is obviously better than her English. She spoke good English, but her Arabic was better, so I just spoke Arabic with her all the time, so that's a little bit of a background for that. The lady that I was driving with, like that was teaching me, she like always told me like, wow, like I can't believe like you've never been behind the wheel before, like you're really good at this, whatever. And I practiced with her for a pretty long time, so I'd like to think at that point, you know, I knew what I was doing. Oh, this is very dark. Whatever. I at least thought, you know, that I was a decent driver, okay? And that I was like, you know, I was feeling pretty confident about this test. I was like, you know, like I'm pumped, like I'm gonna do good, and you know, I'm gonna pass this. So I did my parking, and now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that great at parallel parking, but I thought that I did pretty good because that was probably the first time that I didn't need to fix it, because you get points off when you like reverse or go forward or whatever. So I didn't need to fix it, and it was fine. It was in the lines and everything, so I was like, smile, whatever, like you don't need to fix it, you're in the lines, that's all you need to do to pass. So I left it, and you know, I was all excited because that was the first time I genuinely parallel parked without having to fix it. She gets in the car after, you know, the parking thing. First of all, super rude lady. I'm not gonna say her name. When I first met her, like she was like, she didn't even introduce herself. I had to find out her name from someone else so I could complain about her, but she didn't introduce herself. She didn't give me anything. She was just like, go forward, reverse park, now go over there and parallel park. And I was like, whatever, you know, this is her job. She's not trying to make small talk, and I get that, you know, like I totally get that, but at the same time, the things that she did afterwards were completely unnecessary, and it's just like, you need to find another job if you're not really liking it, you know what I mean? Anyways, she gets in the car after I finished parallel parking, and I was excited because I was like, you know, how'd I do, whatever, like, this is my first time doing it without messing up. And she's like, you were okay, but you need to practice. So I'm like, okay, did I pass? She's like, yeah, you passed. We're like in the parking lot still at this point, and we're about to get on the road. Like in parking lots, the speed limit is 15 miles per hour, and I was going 16, okay? 16 or 17, either way, I wasn't like going way over, and I was trying to fix it, like to go down a little bit. She's like, slow down. I'm like, I know, sorry, I am. And I apologize. I'm like, I'm really sorry. And then she pulls the brakes on her side, and then she's like, I said it's 15. I'm like, okay, like, relax. Ain't no one gonna get run over, but okay. And so we get on the road. As soon as I get out, so, you know, I'm driving straight, and there is a traffic light in front of me, and it's green, and then as soon as I get like kind of close to it, it turns yellow, and I'm close enough to the point where I can stop, but it's gonna be like a rough stop, but I can't, you know, it'll be red by the time I go under it. So I forced myself to stop because like I didn't want to blow a red light on my driving test. That would not be good. So I stop, and obviously it was a rough stop, and she's like, why are you parked in the middle of the intersection? And I'm like if this is what the entire driving test is gonna be like, I swear to God, I will kick you out of the, like, I have no chill when it comes to people with an attitude. Just like, because there's no reason to have one, and if you're gonna treat me like that, I'm gonna treat you like that too, and if you're not gonna like it, then maybe you shouldn't be treating people like that in the first place, but you know. Anyway, so she's like, why are you in the middle of the intersection? I'm like, ma'am, I'm not in the middle of the intersection. I stopped as soon as I could. And she's like, yeah, you are. She's like, you're way above the line. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Okay, the car next to me is in front of me. I'm like, I can promise you that I am on the line. I'm not over it. I am right on the line. Okay? And I'm arguing with her about that. And you know, at this point, I'm like, you know, like, I'm not, like, just, I opened the door. Like, I know I shouldn't have done that, because, like, I wouldn't have passed me either. And I was like, see, I'm on the line. And she's like, that's it, turn around, we're going back. And I'm like, you cannot fail me for that. I didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, so I was like, whatever. I'll bite my tongue next time and not say anything to her since she's so sensitive about everything. I scheduled a test for the next day. I don't remember if it was the next day or the day after, but I scheduled one like shortly after. So it was the same woman who, you know, I had an altercation with the previous day. So she gets out of her car and she gives me a look like, oh, you again. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's me again. So it's either you're gonna keep testing me or you're just gonna pass me and stop having to stick up my food's here. Anyway, I do my parking test for the second time, and you know, I was a little bit more nervous because this lady had given me sass the day before, and I had a feeling that she wasn't gonna pass me again. So I did what I usually do in my parallel parking. I messed up a little bit, so I had to go forward, and that's 1 point off. I finished my parallel parking, and I get out of the car. She's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I mean, I stepped out. And she's like, do you see where you are? And I was like, well, yeah, I fixed it. And I'm like, did I pass? Like, that's all I want to know. I was like, I don't have time for your, like, unnecessary comments. Did I pass? Yes or no? That's all I need to know. If I pass, let's go. If I didn't pass, bye. I suck at parallel parking. I get it. Like, don't we all? I'm like, did I pass? She's like, yeah, but I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know. Like, I don't care. Let's just go. You know, like, let's avoid this whole argument right here, and let's just get on our way and continue the rest of the test, okay? All the time while we're driving, she kept referring to me, I guess Arabs or Mexicans, I don't know which she hated the most, in general, as, mind you, this is an old white lady, like, I'm sorry, but just so you guys get a picture of how this is going. She kept referring to me as you people. Like, you people in this area, wherever, don't have this, or you people in this area don't know what this is or that is, or like what this law is or what this means or what that means. And I'm like, girl, first of all, I may have not lived in America my entire life, but my dad was born and raised in Texas. I lived in Michigan until the end of 5th grade. Like, I am an American citizen. Don't tell me you people. Like, we are both American and we are equal. It irritated me. So anyway, we're on the road. So we get onto the highway. Well, we're getting onto the highway and we're in the acceleration lane. So you guys know, in an acceleration lane, you're supposed to, you know, accelerate, because that's, you know, that's what it's called, an acceleration lane. So I'm accelerating. The speed limit on the highway is 65, and I was going 55 on the acceleration lane, and I still needed to catch up to go to 65 so that I didn't get hit by the other cars when I'm merging onto the highway. Anyway, So I'm speeding out in the acceleration lane. Like, I'm 55 and I'm trying to get to 65 so that I don't die. You know, I don't really care about her, but if I die, like, you know, anyway, I'm joking, but not really. She's like, slow down, and I'm like, no, like, why would I slow down? These cars are going so fast. If I slow down and get hit, like, we're gonna die. She keeps screaming at me to slow down, and I'm getting on the highway and I'm about to merge like you're supposed to do, and then she brakes. We're in the middle of the highway at this point, and she brakes in the middle of the highway. It's like, bro, we about to die, and you really just did that. Like, you really just pulled a brake in the middle of a highway while everyone else is going 65, 70. Like, bruh. I was shook. Like, in the moment, I just looked at her and I was like, did she just... And then I hear a beep beep from a big truck coming up from behind us. I don't know what they're called in English, but in French it's camion. Really big trucks that go on the highways. What are they called? Anyways, I'll think about it. It'll come to me. Whoever was in that car was honking at us to move out of the way because they were, you know, they would have killed us. So I quickly moved out of the way, and then I went into the parked lane thing on the side where cops pull people over. And I just looked at her and I was like, are you joking right now? Like, did you just really pull the brakes in the middle of a highway? Like, you really did that. Like, you did that. Do you want, like, I looked at her and I was like, do you want to die? Like, do you have a death wish? Or I don't understand, because if you do, don't take me with you. I ain't part of this. Like, she was like, well, you were gonna hit the other car in front of us. I was like, there's no car in front of us. Like, what do you mean? And then, so we continue driving, because I'm just like, I'm angry because she really did almost kill us. I'm driving, I'm like, you know what, Samaya, just like, shut up, don't say anything, like, you really need to pass this test, you really need your license, boo-boo, like, so, just don't say anything, just like, not let it go, but just shut up until you get to the end of the thing, and then you can yell at her for doing that. So, we continue driving, and then she's like, you know I don't like you, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't like you either, but your job isn't to judge me on my personality, it's to assess my driving. So I don't understand why you felt the need to share that. By the way, I genuinely like everyone. Like, I don't think there's anyone in this world that I have really strong hatred towards. There's some people that I just don't vibe with, but it doesn't mean that I dislike them or anything. It just means, like, they're not like the people that I would hang out with, like, or call up to hang out with. It doesn't mean that I hate them, but because I try to stay nice to everyone, and like, there's no reason to be rude to people. Like, whoever it is, like, if you haven't done anything bad to me, then I have no reason to like talk about you or do anything bad to you, or, you know, like, it's just, I don't like that. It's just, I don't like bad vibes. Anyway, I'm like, you don't need to like me. That's, you know, your job isn't to like me. You're just supposed to assess my driving. And she's like, well, I don't like you, so I'm not gonna pass you. And I was like, no, we got a different problem over here, because if you ain't gonna pass me because you don't like me, we got some bigger issues on our hand, okay? So I'm gonna continue driving. You're gonna mark me like a good old driving examiner that you are, okay? So I was not having it. Not today, boo-boo, not today. So anyway, she really wasn't having it either. She's like, go back to the parking place where you first took the test. And like, you know, I didn't really know any of the other routes, so like, I just went back. And I get out of the car, and my driving instructor, who was teaching me for the past month, she speaks to me in Arabic, right? So I get out of the car and she asks me in Arabic, she's like, how'd it go? And I'm like, well, she didn't pass me because she said she didn't like me. And I said that in Arabic. And then the examiner comes out of the car and she's like, stop speaking in your language. Girl, you really gonna give me that? Like, this, I looked at her, I was like, I'm not even talking to you. I was like, I can speak whatever language I want. My instructor was like, she's just telling me what happened. She's not saying anything. Why can't she speak in Arabic? I don't, like, mind your own business. Like, I'm not talking to you. And she was like, why didn't you pass her? I reached all my points. Like, you get like 20 something or 22 points that you can get off while driving. And she said that I like got all my points off. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna sit down with my driving instructor, me, you, and my driving instructor, and you're gonna go over everything that I got points off, and we're gonna see if it adds up to how many points I'm allowed. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't go over like what I got wrong with me, and she just wouldn't tell me. So I'm like, dude, no. Like, this is your job. Like, I need to know. I need feedback. Like, I need to know what is up, you know, like, I need to know. And she wouldn't sit with me. She gets into her car and she drives away. There was another girl that was right after me who was white, obviously, and she made no comments to her at all. Like, her parking was absolutely horrible, but she passed her and she was really nice to her and she didn't say anything bad. I asked my driving instructor what the lady's name was. So I called the school and I complained about her, and I can't remember what the guy's name was, but you know, I complained about her and he was like, okay, well, I'm sorry you had this experience. I told him everything that happened. He's like, I'm sorry that you had this experience. Like, I'm gonna talk with her and I'm gonna see what's up. So, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, like, he's gonna talk with her, and you know, but like at the same time I was like, she's not gonna tell the truth. Like, I have nothing to lose. Like, I'm not gonna come back there and test again. I'm just letting you know that your employee sucks, and you need someone with a little bit of a better attitude and that knows how to deal with people, because, you know, if that's your job and that's how you're treating people, you should find a new job if you don't like people. So yeah, he talks to her and then he calls me back the next day and he's like, yeah, well, the stories don't match up, so I can't do anything about it. What I can do though is I can give you the test and I'll see if you actually do suck at driving or not, basically, is what he was telling me. Like, mind you, each test is $100. I'm not gonna pay another $100 or $50 or whatever he was offering me. I'm not paying in total $250 for this. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like, I'm not coming to you anymore. I'm just letting you know what happened, okay, so that you can do something about it, not retest me and like take her word for it. So I was like, you know what, no, like, that's fine. Obviously she's not gonna tell you the truth because, you know, her job is at stake. You know what, maybe I do just suck at driving, but at the same time you didn't need to be that mean to me, I guess. Like, if someone's taking a driving test, they're already nervous. There's no need to make it worse. I just told him, I was like, listen, like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, I'm really not gonna test with you. Like, forget about that. That's not gonna happen. I'm never coming here again. And I'm glad that you take customer feedback seriously, because I told my friend who lives in the same building as me what happened. She was like, let's write a review on Google. And so we look on there. My god, I'm creasing so bad because I keep talking and I'm like angry. So we go on there and every single person, I don't think I saw one good review about this place, but every single person was like, I don't know this lady's name, but the white lady made my kids cry, or the white lady was so rude to me, so this, so that. You know, I believed it, obviously, because like she was actually so rude. Oh, I did end up taking the test with another driving school in Michigan. It was Saab driving school, and I tested with this guy. I don't want to say his name because, you know, obviously I didn't ask him if I could say his name or not, but and I was telling him about my experience with the driving school I just told you about, and he was like, yeah, that's insane, because he was telling me, like, you're a really good driver, like, you did everything right, you missed it like a point here and there, but it was nothing serious. And the route that we took, apparently, he's like, we have a harder route than them and you did fine. Like, I don't know why she's tripping. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know why she's tripping either. I ended up getting my driver's license. Obviously I'm not done with my look yet, and I've kind of just like lost track of what I've been doing, but like, how do you tell someone that you're not going to pass them because you don't like them? Who hired you? Like, I just want to know. I just want to talk. This isn't really as dewy as I thought it would be, but I'm just going to go with the flow. I have a few paranormal stories. I actually have a lot of paranormal stories that I can tell you guys, but I am waiting for October 1st to hit so I can like make one like bam, bam, bam every other day. The first paranormal story I tell you guys in October will be about me actually like meeting a ghost, I guess. Not really meeting, but like seeing and like making eye contact with homegirl. Let's use some of this Nars to make it a little bit more. That's a lot. Yo, I kept the foundation on my lips because I want my lips to look the same color. I know people don't like that, but you know, that's the beauty of makeup. it can be whatever you want it to be. I'm just gonna put my mascara on. All right, you guys, so I just applied some mascara and I put some liquid highlighter on the bridge of my nose and my inner corners and under my brows a little bit. So I just felt like this look needed a little bit more glow to it because it's supposed to be dewy. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know again what you think of the story times. If you're not into it, you're not feeling it, and you like the last video I did more, then again, just let me know. And if you guys have any new ideas for looks and challenges that you want to see me do, then also please let me know in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Show me a piece of your heart, a piece of your love. I'm calling you up to